Aries, this person was blocking you before. They were blocking the opportunity. They may have distanced themselves from you. But the story is changing. The energy is shifting. And now this person is no longer denying how they feel, no longer denying what they're truly desiring. They're now able to see possibilities. They're now able to feel like this connection could possibly turn into something real. They were denying how they felt the whole time. And now, because their emotions are starting to show, are starting to shift, and are starting to change, they're holding on to this possibility, clinging to it actually. And you may see some shifts in them telling the truth about what the real is when it comes to you. Now, Aries, this is a general reading, only take what resonates, where we are taking a look and seeing what exactly this eclipse energy is going to bring about when it comes to you and your person. It's a general reading, so don't try to force anything to fit. If you need something personalized, you know where to find me. Link is in the description box, miatarot.com. But this person, it's like you're going to see them start to come towards you more. And it's the person that was pushing you away. They may have stopped communicating with you at one point. It may have felt like progress completely halted, as though you had made so much progress into the right direction, and then all of a sudden all of that got ripped away from you. This person during this time period has found the inner strength to approach you again, because at one point when they were blocking you, when they were denying their feelings, it was out of fear. It wasn't because that wasn't how they felt. That was a lie. That was a complete lie. But this energy has shifted, um, you know, your significant other, your special person, your SP, into having to truly take a look at themselves, find that inner strength, be courageous, because that's what Aries energy is, right? And come towards you to communicate, to talk. This person wants to heal the connection. They feel like that distance between the two of you truly has made the heart grow fonder. And now they're no longer wanting to be distant. They're wanting to close that gap. And so they're taking the necessary steps, or at least this is what it's showing here, in order for them to come towards you, because they're no longer in conflict with themselves. I feel like they've gained some sort of clarity and insight relating to what it is that they're wanting. They have this confidence. And you know what? It's interesting because the confidence is them sitting in their truth. The eclipse has done a number, or it will do a number, on a lot of y'all's person, to the point to where they feel like, once again, that's that confidence to come and speak their truth, to tell you how they feel, no matter how challenging it is. Okay? Because they have this newfound hope that whatever happened in the past, you guys can fix it. You guys have possibilities. They're seeing the value in this connection. They're seeing the value in having you in their life. For some of you, they actually want a relationship with you. Now, they're not gonna like blurt that out. I feel like there's still like pieces of them that need to see, okay, I want this, but can we make this work? And so you guys may have conversations about relationship topics. almost as though you're dancing around it. But I feel like this person is like just trying to assess. They're trying to figure out, yes, I have this hope, but can we make this work? But this person hasn't gone anywhere. And I feel like because they're now seeing things for what it is, they're realizing that they weren't able to move on. Even if they pushed you away, they never truly left. They stayed in your energy, they stayed in your memories. And when I say in your memories, meaning like they continuously thought about you. But this person is being honest with themselves. They're wanting to remain a part of your life, like a big part of your life. They don't want to be left out in the cold. Like that feels very uncomfortable for them. For some of you, you may have talked to this person every single day. And now, with that distance, I feel like this drove this person kind of crazy. That's the reason as to why, what did I just say? It drove them crazy. Devil. They weren't able to get over you, no matter how hard they tried. Because to them, you are home. You're where they want to be. They're wanting reconciliation. They're wanting to come back together. They want to come home. And I feel like this person is truly looking at you in a different light. So, not saying that they didn't respect you before, I just feel like they have an even higher respect for you now. There may be some things that you've done, Aries, as far as with like how you're carrying yourself. I feel like you have shifted that energy towards yourself and less towards them. Not saying that you don't give a shit about them, but I do feel like it's like it's all about me. That's the energy here. Not in a selfish way, but in a self-care type of way. And because of that, that becomes very attractive to this person. And they're now clinging on. I don't like this description down here, but they're now clinging on to trying to open that door. They don't want that door to be closed. They feel like they have the capability to be able to fix this. Before, when I was reading the energy, it felt like they felt hopeless. Like they're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to fix this. How are we going to be able to mend this? I don't think that we can make this work. This person doesn't feel that way anymore. This person feels empowered. They feel brave. They feel confident. There's been some shifts within their life separately, while they've been away, that has allowed them to be able to like truly see things for what they are. The interesting thing about you, though, I don't feel like okay. I feel like you have gone into this state to where it's like you are starting over. And when I say starting over, I mean in a sense of like how you see long-term commitment with you and a significant other. And I feel like you kind of teeter-totter between things. Um, do I want something conventional? Do I want something unconventional? Do I want something in the middle? How do I want to have my day-to-day life along with another individual? For some of you, you're like, do I even want another individual or do I want to be alone? And so I feel like you're trying to navigate that energy. You haven't necessarily committed to a certain viewpoint just yet. You're kind of allowing yourself to develop and to grow within while also looking at different avenues that you can choose instead of just the same old traditional one with where everybody else does the same thing, um, where the goal is marriage. I feel like you've come out of that to where you're like, the goal's not marriage. I don't even know if I want to get married. Like you're very much in an in-between state. Now, keep in mind, I said that this person is keeping to themselves that they want a commitment with you, that they want shared space. Okay. They're not saying anything. They're observing you. They may even ask you questions or say certain things to see how is Aries going to respond when I say this? Are me and Aries on the same page? Because I feel like if we are, we could really make this work. And I feel like what you're doing is you're trying to find what is solid for you, what will work for you. And you haven't necessarily made a decision. Not that this is a bad thing, but I feel like this gives you more wiggle room to decide, do I like this or that? Do I want to go this way or that way? You're in an era where you get to make the rules. You get to decide. You get to figure out how you want to be in a relationship, your status, how you want to be as an individual. Can you keep your individuality while also being a part of a relationship? I feel like you're looking at all those things. And you know what's so interesting about this is that the more that you do this, and trust me, I'm telling you, this person is watching everything that you do, even if they're being quiet about it. You are drawing this person in. And I don't know if any of y'all have been in Texas, or been to Texas, but living in Texas, or really the South, when I tell you, think about gnats. I know this is such a silly example I'm about to give, but think about gnats. No matter what you do, you cannot make the gnat go away, and it keeps wanting to go in, like your face, in your ear, whatever. It just wants to be on you. That's how this that's how this person is. I'm not saying they're annoying, but maybe. But I feel like they're just drawn to you, like like a gnat at a barbecue. Can't leave you alone. That's the energy that this person is giving because you're just so magnetic. They're even more attracted because you don't give a shit. Because you're doing what you want to do. Because you're focused on yourself. And this pulls them over to you. It's a very interesting mix here. Because you have, on the one hand, Aries is going towards their own happiness. They're going towards their own, like, self-development. And that's really what this year is about, especially these next 2 weeks anyway, because I'm riffing off of the eclipse energy. But you're going to see more from this person. You're going to see more attention. You're going to feel that that energy is shifting. This person's not denying how they feel anymore. Now, over the next 2 weeks, there may be a situation that happens to where this person feels inspired to come towards you, but it's something that, as much as you may want it to happen, or this may have even been a thing that you wanted to happen in the past, once it starts to unfold, and let's say that we're predicting further out than 2 weeks, but it starts to unfold, you might actually start to close up a bit because it's going to trigger things within you. It's going to trigger, like, am I safe? Because I feel like this situation with this person in the past didn't necessarily go the way that you wanted to. And so when they do take that desired action, that first step, you might freeze up a bit because it's like you're trying to decipher what's next. You're trying to figure out what is it that they truly want. And but I feel like what's happening is it's an initiation, it's a step. For some of you, it's a step towards a union. For others of you, it's a step towards them being more expressive, emotionally. Whatever this is that's coming towards you, like I said, this person is shifting. You'll see their emotions more. you will have to make a choice. You'll have to make a decision. I don't think it's something that you have to completely you have to quickly do, but I do feel like the more that this person shows you emotion, the more that you just feel triggered by it. All right? Ultimately, what this person is wanting is they're wanting mutual understanding. They are wanting commitment. They're not telling you. I have to keep reiterating that. They're not telling you. And the reason being is because they're just trying to make sure that the past is not happening again. They don't want to repeat the past. They want to break those karmic cycles. They want to be done with those karmic lessons. So that way you guys can move into something that is less reactive and more intentional. Let me show you, sorry. More intentional. More of us being on the same page. All right? Because I don't feel like this person has gone anywhere. They haven't. Their heart has stayed with you. Now it's just figuring out what it is exactly that Aries wants and how they see their romantic life. And even if, and do they want it at the time? Because I do feel like you're going to see that shift. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit that like and hype button. And if you need something personalized, miatarot.com. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Join the tribe.